Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a journal with me. It's a little different from my usual ones, as rather than documenting about a day out or one thing in particular, I thought it would be fun to do a monthly spread and document the whole month of November. I feel like it's important to document the small things as well as the big things, as these small everyday moments make up such a big part of our lives. So even though nothing big or amazing happened this month, they are still worthy of being documented in our journals. So the ephemera I have today is a receipt and some photos. The photos document small everyday moments in a normal average month. So I have a photo of my cat Costa hiding behind the sofa because he was scared of the fireworks, a couple of photos of my husband participating in Movember, a photo of a charcuterie board we made for our dinner one night that was served on plates as we didn't have a fancy board, and a couple of photos from a quick lunch out at a Japanese inspired restaurant. The receipt also goes with these photos. So I'm starting the process with playing around with the photos and figuring out how I would like the page to look. I do pull out some bits and pieces from my stash just to make the spread a little bit more interesting to look at. So I pulled out some tags, an envelope, some journal cards, just some random bits and pieces from my stash. And the only one out of the lot that makes it onto the page is the envelope. I decided to make my page look a little more autumnal and pulled out some autumn vintage linens. This was the October printable for my patrons. You can find it over on my Patreon by joining the Studio Mates tier. If you sign up today, you'll get access to all previous content on that tier too. I'll make sure to leave the link in the description box for you. I found the hardest thing to place down on this page was the receipt. I did try and fold it into thirds, but I just wasn't 100% sure where it was going to fit. And now I've kind of settled on the layout, I decided to go and start sticking things down. I chose two linens to place on this page, and I did print them on sticker paper, so I didn't need to use a glue stick, and I added one on the top left page and the bottom right. And then I just used a little bit of double-sided tape on the back of that envelope so I can lift it up. I have used double-sided tape on all of my photos as well. I use a glue stick on the back of the receipt because the paper's really thin. And I really like how it lifts up so you can see the full receipt, even though I know it may fade in the future. I did end up trimming some of these photos down a little bit too. I wanted the name of the month somewhere on this page, so I pulled out some alphabet stickers and I'm going to be spelling out November on this piece of paper. This paper is a wax kind of paper, so it's quite silky, so I do press quite firmly with the alphabet stickers just to make sure they will stay stuck down. And these are from one of the crepe paper or Maggie Holmes collections. And then I'm just adding a couple of labels so that I can add some details a little bit later. And as you can see, I've done my journaling off camera. I've written on both linens, I've written on the inside of the envelope, and I've also written behind the brown wax paper. And then I have a weird gap on this left page, and I found this paper bag that has an owl on it, which is very autumnal, and I decided to cut the image out and glue it down on the page. And I thought it fitted perfectly in that gap. I did just use a glue stick on the back of it. And then I have this random gap on the right hand side of the page, and I decided to use my stencils because I haven't used them for a while, and I've pulled out one of my colouring pencils and I'm just going to write a normal month. I really like this light brown colour. It pops off the page just a little bit without standing out too much. And then I felt this page just needed something else, and I decided to use that same colouring pencil, and I just added in some faux photo corners on the photo of my husband. And I'm just finishing off the spread with a little bit of washi tape. And these are the finished pages. I really like how they turned out. It wasn't quite what I had pictured in my head, but it was fun to create a whole monthly spread, and definitely something I'll consider doing again in the future, especially as I'm so far behind. I really hope you enjoyed watching the pages come together and it gave you some ideas and inspiration for your own journal. Here's a closer look at some of the smaller details. I hope you're all doing really well. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.